Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chocolate Beauty 81. Today we're going to be talking about the season finale of Married to Medicine. This is, I believe, episode 16, season 8. So let's get into it. So, no, I'm also talking about the last episode because I didn't do a review on that either. So the pretty much like last episode was pretty much focused around Amelia and what is her name? Lisa having a falling out because apparently Amelia had to do some work for her and she didn't pay her for her work. So there was a whole big argument about that. Dr. Contessa told the women about like this so-called life coach that her husband, Dr. Scott, has after a few months of saying that he refused to get help because he doesn't need help. He believes that him and his wife can actually resolve their issues without seeking counseling. But allegedly, he is. Thank you. Allegedly, he is. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, you guys, but allegedly he is seeing a therapist, but he's not paying the therapist, but it's a woman. So for me, that screams infidelity. Why are you seeing a doctor that you're not paying for, but she's a woman and you've been talking to her the whole time? So either you're lying now or you were lying before. So which one is it? I think that he's lying altogether because he doesn't want to look bad in front of the camera. But I don't know, like, you don't want to look bad in front of the camera, but I mean, I don't know, like, it's just really all confusing. So they ended up like, airing it out. Me personally, I think that Dr. Contessa should not share her marital issues. Thank you to the gifters, but she shouldn't be airing out her marital issues with these women. Too many people in your marriage equals problems, okay? You're going to have problems with people's opinions. People are going to sit there and try to tell you what to like do. A marriage is in between a man and a husband. It has nothing to do with these women, especially when you are like known for infidelity already. There should be some form of protection that you're having over your marriage, because when it comes to marriage, it is sacred. Thank you so much. It is a sacred thing. It's something that you guys, that you have to make sure that you and your spouse have to work out. Thank you. If you are, if you're somebody who doesn't know how to do that, then I don't know. Maybe it's a storyline. Maybe it's just a way to get somebody to talk about her. I don't know. But I think that her, including the women, especially with Dr. Heavenly and Quad, they're so known for running their mouths like nonstop. So why would you share this with these women? I just think it was just stupid to share on this trip. By the way, they're all on the girls' trip called they're on this island called Jekyll Island. I think that's the name of it. Sorry if it's not that, but they're on the island on a girls' trip. Well, some of the women conjured up the idea to invite Dr. Contessa's husband, Dr. Heavenly's husband, and Dr. Simone's husband to the trip. Now, if this is a girls' trip, why are you inviting the men? And to be quite frank, like, y'all invited the men to have a conversation with Dr. Scott. I just felt like it was just the wrong place. Thank you. It was the wrong place to bring up any type of issues. Like, why would you invite the men to a women's party? That's already screaming drama. So, the women come, and last episode ended with them being at dinner. The men show up and they start talking about Dr. Scott saying, that he actually has a counselor, and the husbands who came was actually confused because he has said repeatedly he actually refused to see a therapist. He didn't believe in it. He felt like a doctor does not need to seek out a therapist. And all of a sudden he's talking about he has a coach, right? It goes from a coach to a therapist. He's seeking the acquaintance of a counselor after repeatedly saying that. So automatically the men were just like, okay, yeah, that sounds like another woman, which it does sound like another woman to everybody else. So anyway, I'm trying to get through this episode, y'all, because like for me, it was just like long-winded and a whole bunch of buffoonery. So Dr. Scott decides to him and his wife leave. Actually, Dr. Contessa asks for both of them to leave. So after they leave, they go to the room. Not Dr. Kwan, Dr. Heavenly and Kwan took it upon themselves to go and try to talk to Dr. Scott. Now, for me personally, hi, Rose, welcome to the live. For me personally, I don't believe it was Kwan's or Dr. Heavenly's place to go and talk to another man about what he's doing in his marriage. First of all, that's none of their business. What? Why as a woman, why would you want another woman to come and check your husband? That's what I want to know. Why would you want another woman to come in, check your husband, and then tell him what he's doing wrong? And like, what was the point? What is the point of you doing that? I just think that there was too many people up in their business. There was too many people giving their opinions. There was too many people talking about something that it was none of their business. Dr. Scott and Dr. Contessa have their own issues of being together at home. You don't need to add anything to that. There was no need for anybody to come and feel like they needed to interview in anything. And then, like, you bring the husbands to bring in their own opinions. They need to just shut up and talk to the man by himself. Like, they need to, if they really care about Dr. Scott, they would have a conversation with him off of the show. I'm just saying, if this whole thing is real, which I just think that it's fake. But like if it is fake, Dr. Contessa is a really good actress and she's always crying. So I mean, it is a possibility to conjure up some things, but they already had problems with infidelity. He is a known cheater, a serial cheater. So the fact that she stayed with him, she's in business with him, and she allows his bad behavior to continue, and then she's allowing all these voices to come in her marriage. Like, I just think that it's just irresponsible. Welcome to everybody that is in this room. So after Dr. Contessa, Dr. Scott leaves, then it goes back to the table and the people giving their opinions of what was going on with their situation. Child, it's none of your business. Mind your business. At the end of the day, y'all got other problems. You got your own personal problems. I need you guys to stay in your lane. So yeah, this review is dried up because I felt like this whole episode was dried up. So I am sorry in advance. Okay, so Anelia, girl, I don't even know what your problem is, Anelia. All of a sudden, you Jenny from the block. I'm trying to decipher where all this toughness is coming from, where all this bad girl and all this mouth is coming from. Ever since you fell out with Toya, you have amplified and went to 1,000. Girl, nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're mad. Nobody cares that you feel like, you know, you got all these things to say. Girl, have a seat. Have a seat, Anelia. We know that you're not about that life. You're not a tough girl. You're trying to act as if you're tough. Girl, you're not tough at all. You're not fooling anybody. So she gets booked talking to Lisa about the situation with her paying $600 for a photo shoot. Now, I can understand the moral of the story is that regardless of how much it is, regardless if it's $600, whether it's $1,000 or $2, if you say that you're going to pay somebody, you need to make sure that you're paying them. But we all know that Lisa got problems with being a fraudulent person because you know that she is under investigation for allegedly saying that her practice can give COVID tests and they can't. So I digress with that. So Anelia decides to take it to the extreme because she was like, you ain't never pay me. And Lisa was like, well, you never sent me an invoice. So if you don't send me an invoice for your service, I'm not going to pay you. Which sounds very crooked because at the end of the day, if somebody comes and performs a service for you, you write out the invoice, you send the payment along with the invoice. So for me, both of their practices is shady, okay? Her not having the right management to collect money for her and for Lisa to take on services and have somebody come out there and not pay them. It's just whack to me. But Amelia decides that she wants to take it to another level by charging up this girl's room of $600 worth of wine. Now, if I can remember correctly, it was Dr. Heavenly and Quad that she was meeting up with to have drinks. Now she goes and charges up the room $600, which is the amount of money that she would have gotten paid for her services. Well, girl, you just built a home for $3 million. Why do you even care? How you doing, Bolo? How you doing, my friend? Welcome into the room. Thank you for joining this live. But if you're a multi-millionaire, you just spent $3 million on your home. Why do you care about somebody not paying you $600? There's something wrong with the audio? Can you not hear me? Bolo, let me know if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Let me pull this up. Hello to everybody that is coming in the room. Hello. We're talking about married to medicine. Okay. Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me see something. Let me pull something. Because they're saying my audio was bad. Is my audio better? Is it better? Okay, no problem. All right, so he can hear me now. I just need to make sure that the audio is good because I know that one thing about YouTube, they will tear you apart if you have terrible audio. Welcome to everybody that is in this room. Okay, good. Welcome to everybody that is in this room as well. So, Amelia decides that she wants to charge up this woman's room of $600. Now, that's fraud. Charging up somebody's credit card, their room for services is fraud. So you are doing the most right now. Amelia is really getting on my nerves. I'm so glad this season is over and I hope that she doesn't come back because I feel like after her falling out with Toya, she got extremely tough. She got she got this magic sauce all of a sudden. Now that she done fell out with this girl, that she can get tough. Girl, you're not Toya. Okay, Toya is Toya. Toya got a mouth on her. Toya is somebody who is actually a fighter. So don't try to act as if, you're tough now. Because all of that energy that you're giving right now was the same kind of, you gave people fever when they did it at your event. So please, stop it. You're not tough at all. Girl, miss me. Bye-bye. So she charges up Lisa's room for $600 for the payment that she was supposed to receive for her services that when she did the photo shoot or whatever she did for Lisa. So of course, when everybody goes to check out, Lisa sees that there's a bill for $600 and you see how her whole entire vibe changed when Lisa was like, either you're going to pay for this room or I'm calling the cops. Then she act fake tough because it was all fake. You could really tell that she was shook. She was shook. Amelia, you were shook because Lisa was about to call the police on you and she was not playing with you at all. And I wouldn't play with you at all either. You going to go up and use my room and run up a credit card. Girl, you got another thing coming. You're going to jail, boo. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire or not. I don't care what you think I owe you. Take me to small claims court and call it a day. It's that simple. It is that simple. Take people to court. Don't act all tough and act like, like she ain't gonna do nothing. She got other charges to worry about. Girl, you got things to worry about too, because she was dead set on calling the police on you. You was about to get locked up. You sure enough was. Trying to act all tough. Girl, bye. It was Dr. Heavenly who paid the bill because she ain't want to hear nothing. And then everybody was like, it just got real serious real quick. And Dr. Heavenly knew what time it was because Dr. Heavenly was somebody who charged drinks to her room as well. So she wasn't with it either. She immediately picked out that money and paid for that bill, as you should. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how we feel about Lisa being crooked, Lisa having these fraudulent things going on with her account, child, she was about to get Anelia locked up, and you would have went to jail right along with her after this episode aired. Ain't nobody fooled by what you have going on, child. Dr. Heavenly was shook for Anelia, and Anelia was completely shook. I don't care what nobody says. So anyway, the following day after there was this big blowout with Dr. Contessa and her husband, Dr. Scott, apparently their room is right next to Kari's. And Kari went, how you doing? Thank you, Sherry. Carrie went to Toya and told Toya that Dr. Scott and Dr. Contessa has been arguing all night. Like, actually early in the morning, they were screaming at each other about him having new pictures in his phone, which is so outrageous and so disrespectful. Because I really do think that he is cheating on her, because his explanation in the confessional was, well, I did have, I honestly believe that that he is cheating on her, and it's just another way to just sit there and say, oh, at least I told you. Even though I'm not telling you the complete truth, at least I am telling you that I am cheating on you, so you can't say anything. So apparently he said in his confessional, yes, women do send him nudes. Yes, he has inappropriate text messages from women. Yes, he has inappropriate pictures of women in his phone, but he has not engaged with them. My thing is, how did they get your number? How did they get your number to your phone? Thank you for the live, Sugar Babe. Make it make sense to me. And the way that Dr. Contessa looked in that confessional, my heart broke for her. She just looked completely she looked like she was just lost and just completely devastated. Completely devastated by what was going on. Like, she was disconnected. You ever go to somebody's home and they have some type of Alzheimer's, and how they're separated from themselves? It's like their minds is separated from their bodies. It's like they're there, but they're not there. That's exactly how Dr. Contessa was in that confessional. And my heart broke for her, because they asked her, how do you feel about what your husband is saying? And she was like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You're asking him the question. That has nothing to do with me. I feel bad for her. I hope that she does better for herself and figure out what is best for her. Because it's just so hard to even fathom that these women, how did these women get his number? So there has to be some type of engagement, or some type of what's the word? He had to entertain them for the conversation to happen. Nobody sends you news pictures without you having a conversation. Nobody asks you to come over without reason. If somebody sends me nudes, I'm deleting their number. I'm not going to keep their pictures in the phone. So that's another question. If these women are just sending him stuff, sending him nudes, sending him inappropriate messages, why did he keep it in his phone? And it's not a woman, it's women. Not a woman, women. So there's more than one. There is something called emotionally cheating. There's something called like infidelity of the heart. Like, you can cheat on your spouse by doing those things. But see, my thing is that Dr. Contessa got to take some ownership of the situation, right? And a lot of people may disagree with me and say, oh, it's not her fault that he's cheated. Well, it's her fault that she stayed. Hi, Chess Crystal. Welcome to the live. It's her fault that she actually stayed in the marriage. Because, see, he has a history of cheating. And then, like, after all of that, after him, like, admitting that he is, there's inappropriate things that's on his phone from other women, and him admitting it on camera, and her, like, them going back and forth. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to all of my family from Tick and that thing we call Talk. Thank you for joining my live. And thank you to this family over here. I appreciate you. But when because it's a season finale, they give an update of like what's going on in the relationship, or like what's going on with that doctor, because all of the women are the stars of the show. Their husbands don't get paid. They're extras. If they're still if they are doing the same thing that they do with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the husbands are extra. So you see that Dr. Contessa is out and about vacationing, loving on her husband. How you doing? Let me see who this is. I'm sorry. Hi, Father. I can't see your first name. I'm sorry. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining my live. But this is why I say Dr. Contessa needs to take responsibility on what she allows in her marriage. Because after all of that, after filming all of that, after finding these new pictures, she is acting as if their relationship is okay when we all know that it's not. First of all, he lied to you about getting counseling. Then he lied to you about not talking to other women, because clearly he's given his number, and he flat out refuses to see anybody with you. So the fact that you are now vacationing and acting like you are the best couple and the happiest couple in the world, when you are in a constant state of infidelity, women, it's time for you to take ownership and responsibility for what you allow in the marriage and your relationship. It can't always be the man. I'm sorry, it just can't. You allow certain things to go on. If you know that he is a person that is consistently cheating on you, consistently, getting caught, why are you like in that marriage? He don't care about you. He don't care about you. So it's like so confusing when they did the update for Dr. Contessa. I'm like, girl, you don't want better. So don't complain about what's happening in your marriage. Don't try to pull the heartstrings of people and tell them that, oh, he's doing this and he's doing that. Meanwhile, you act as if everything is okay in your marriage. Child missed me with that. Dr. Heavenly and her son are still in real estate. We see that he is still buying homes. Everybody's doing well. Dr. Jackie started a podcast after the show. So that looks like it's cool. And she invited her husband and they had the conversation. But, everybody is doing fine. Do I think that Carrie and Lisa was a great addition to this season? Hi, Shams Cran, welcome to the live. Do I think that they were a good addition to the show? I could have went without the season without them. Honestly speaking, didn't need to see them at all. I guess Lisa, Anelia needed Lisa in order to make her season be about something, because it gets run out and played out with her situation with Toya. So I guess the conversation with having Lisa there, I guess Lisa was of value because she did bring the drama with everything that's going on with her laboratory, with all of these allegations of fraud. So I guess that was good. Kari, I could have gone without seeing her. I mean, what did she do? I mean, she argued with Anelia because Anelia felt like territorial over Toya because she was spending a lot of time with Carrie. But I mean, she didn't bring that much value. But that was pretty much it. That is the season finale. I cannot wait until the reunion next week, which is this week. I'm really late with this review. So we'll see what happens with that. Like, it's going to be a 3-part episode. I just feel like when they do these 3-part reunions, it's just like a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Like, nobody cares. 3 parts for this season? Like, what happened this season for you to have a 3-part episode? The women do look nice, but I don't think that it is 3 episode worthy. I mean, the only thing that you probably are, before I say this, I'm glad that, before I wrap it up, I'm glad that Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone are in a better place with their friendship. I'm glad that they were able to mend the fences with their friendship. So I was happy to see that. And I'm happy that they worked through it and got through it. That's what I'm talking about. But that's pretty much it for this season. Can't wait to see the reunion. We'll see how, they already put out their looks. I haven't really talked about their looks yet. Maybe I should. But I am going to end this live. Thank you for watching my latest recap on the Married to Medicine. I hope I said Married to Medicine when I opened up, because sometimes like my brain be scattered because those Atlanta franchises run back to back to back. We were just talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I apologize if I said Real Housewives of Atlanta any part of my live if I did. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching my latest recap. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.